It's my instant reaction video here on the Football Martin channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. As I leave St Mary's this Saturday afternoon, Saints win their opening game of the 25-26 Championship campaign because Jack Stephens got a late winner for the Saints today. It was a big win because Saints were trailing for a long period in the game today. They fell behind. Ronnie Edwards gave away a penalty. Josh Windass, who's just signed for Wrexham, stepped up and scored. But Wrexham were the better side in the first half. You've got to give them credit. Once they scored the goal, it changed the half actually, and they were the better side. But I've got to say, the referee was really poor today. Saints could have had 3 penalties, more than deserved the victory, I have to say. Wrexham, I think, could do okay this season, but they won't pull up any trees. I think they're just about get themselves safe. They do have some good players, but Saints' class showed in the end. And Will Steele's worked really hard on fitness over the summer. I'll tell you what, that really shone through late in the game today because the fitness levels were the real difference. But his substitutions, Will Steele, were absolutely tremendous. He made good changes and positive changes, and that's what I really like. The second half, Saints dominated it. They were far the better side. They had chance after chance, but they didn't really test the Wrexham goalkeeper, Danny Ward, who I'm not the biggest fan of. He's not the greatest goalkeeper in the world. Saints didn't really test him. And Leicester fans will tell you, he's not a brilliant goalkeeper. Everything was at him or around him and didn't really, like I say, test him. But it was Ryan Manning that stepped up when Saints won a free kick. And it was an absolute beauty of a free kick. He took it so well. James Ward-Prowse would have been very proud of that. It was a brilliant free kick. He bends it into the top left corner, and it was a brilliant strike. Such a good goal. It was his first goal in a Saints shirt. But you know what? He was a real game changer when he came on. He absolutely changed the game. And then he sets up Jack Stephens for the winner so late in the game. He puts a cross in, pulls it back across goal. And I think it was Damien Downs who missed it. And then Jack Stephens gets in at the back post and gets it in the back of the net. I need to watch it back. It was scrappy, but he scored, and that was the most important thing. The ball ended up in the back of the net. Saints get 3 points, a deserved 3 points, because they more than deserved the 3 points today. The refereeing was awful today, I've got to say. And I watched the Championship game last night between Ipswich Town and Birmingham City. I don't think it was any better neither. And VAR today in a Premier League game, and we would have probably, like I said, had 3 penalties. Right, I'm going to talk to you about performances on the pitch today. Who stood out? Who were the star players? Well, I've got to give another shout out to Gavin Bazunu. I'm so chuffed for Gavin Bazunu, but not only am I chuffed for Gavin Bazunu, I'm chuffed for Jack Stephens. 2 players who I want to see do well this season. But Bazunu made a massive save at one-on-one, a one-on-one at 1-1. And the save was huge because that set Saints up, because we could have easily, you look, it was a one-on-one. You'll see it when you watch it back. I don't know who it was that goes through. It could have been Windass, and he should have scored already. And Bazunu tipped it around the post. It was a big save. And Jack Stephens actually made a massive interception where he tracks back, huge run, and cuts out one of their players going through it. Again, one-on-one on goal. And it was a big, these are big moments in the game. And this is instant reaction. I've not been able to watch all of this back. And I thought those moments were pivotal in the game. I thought in midfield, I've got to say, Shea Charles, I thought he was Rolls-Royce in performance today. Played really well, moved the ball side to side, breaks up play. I thought he was good. Flynn Downs, big shout out to him. He's not played loads of football in the last couple of weeks. Wasn't away for the training camp. I got to say, I thought he played really well today. Really big performance. But for me, my man of the match, my standout performer has to be Ryan Fraser, who's played in about 4 positions today. He was absolutely magnificent. He's lost a lot of weight. He's fit as a fiddle, and he ran absolutely everywhere today. So I'll give him a 10 out of 10. I thought he was really good. Adam Armstrong played through the middle. We had chances, but couldn't really find the back of the net. He had a really good chance at the end of the first half, but he's still not, for me, a number 9. I wouldn't be playing him through the middle. He did start with the target man in Damien Downs today, but I tell you who did look lively when he came off the bench, and I think he's going to play a big role, is Ross Stewart, and I hope he starts at Northampton in midweek, because Southampton do have an EFL League Cup game in midweek against Northampton, and Ross Stewart I think will be knocking on the door for a start. But it was Ryan Manning that was a real game changer for me. Fernandez, he didn't start and he come off the bench today, and I've got to say I thought he was well off it. There's a few fans on my fan cam and they were saying, oh, they thought he was brilliant when he come on. I thought he was really poor when he come on. Not the Matty Fernandez that we're used to seeing. there's been a lot of speculation around his future, maybe not done a lot of pre-season. He looked really, really rusty. There's no doubt he will get better. There's no doubt about that. Other performances, like I said, Jack Stevens played well. Yuki Sigawa, right back, didn't think he had a particularly good game, if I'm honest. He come off. He did come off, and I don't think he was really at the races today. I've got to say, Wellington, left back, I'm not 100% sold on him. I think he's a good player, but he did make a lot of stupid, silly errors today. His positioning was a bit poor at times, give the ball away, sloppy at a few times. Joshua Kwasi at the back, massive monster throw on him. His throws are absolutely tremendous, by the way. We're talking about Rory Delap throws, they're that good. There's so much to talk about from today's game. I thought Will Steele, though, as a manager, if you're rating players and managers, I thought it was a 10 out of 10 performance from him. I was watching him when we equalised, when Manning put that ball in the back of the net. And I'll tell you what, he didn't go crazy at all. He was really calm, really collective, and I thought he just held it together. And I thought for a young man, I thought he did really, really well today under some big pressure. Because there was big pressure. The stadium was really tense at 1-0 down. We get back into it at St Mary's. There was just that sense of relief, that sense of that feeling was so good, and everybody got behind the team. So massive shout out to the fans, who I thought were absolutely magnificent as the game went on today. I really enjoyed it. It was so good to be back here at St Mary's Stadium. That feeling of winning football games is so good. And Saints take on Ipswich next week. I don't think they should be at all scared of that game. I watched Ipswich last night. I thought they had a massive hangover from last season's Premier League campaign, and I thought today the Southampton, they started a little bit tentative, and there's a few players scarred by last year, but you've got fresh bodies in Shea Charles, who I thought was good. I've got to give a shout out to Robinson as well. I've not spoken about Jay Robinson. I thought his performance today was absolutely brilliant. I thought he played really well. He has moments and he goes past players, he drops a shoulder, he's quick, and he doesn't give the ball away. And that's the big thing, he doesn't give the ball away. And I think that's really important, to have a player that doesn't give the ball away easy. There's a few players that did at times, but I think Steele's got a lot to work on. Saints need players in the attacking third, and they will get them in. Obviously, there's business to be done. There's players to go out. Big absences from the squad today. Let's talk about those, because missing from today's squad was Sam Adozie. It looks like he's on his way. Joe Aribo, as we spoke about yesterday as well. Tyler Dibbling, obviously the big miss. He's not going to be a Southampton player again. Armel Bella-Kopchap, he's not in the squad. So you know that those players are going to go. That brings me to the end of my post-match instant reaction here on the Football Martin channel. I've been talking now for nearly 8 minutes. I thoroughly enjoyed today. It was brilliant to be here. And if you didn't have the opportunity to see the game, I have a few clips. I've got all my vlog coming up. That'll be out hopefully late tonight, first thing tomorrow morning. I'll do a final word show at some stage tomorrow. Stay tuned to my social media channels at @FootballMartin_ right across the platforms, and you'll get all the timings of anything that's going to go out, when I'm going to be live. And there will be some live content over the next few days. Thank you for tuning in to my instant reaction. Get involved in the comments box below. I want your opinions and your thoughts.